Good morning, children. Today is 22nd January 2021, Friday, English video session for class 10. The book which we are doing is First Flight, chapter number 7, Glimpses of India. Today is 22nd January 2021, Friday, English video session for class 10. The topic, the book which we are doing is First Flight. The chapter number is 7. Topic name is Glimpses of India. We all know that the Glimpses of India topic is divided into 3 sessions, 1, 2 and 3. The one is A Baker from Goa, written by Lucio Rodrigues. Coorg is written by Logesh Abrol, and 3 Tea from Assam is by Arup Kubar Datta. So let us see, we have already completed A Baker from Goa. Coorg is in the verge of completion. Let's see that. Yes. Yesterday when we were seeing, we completed the first 2 paragraphs of Coorg, and we found out some of the climatic conditions of Coorg. It is evergreen forest, and it's very difficult to go there during its monsoon time, and its location is in between the coastal town of Mangalore and Mysore. It's piece of heaven, drifted from the kingdom of God. Yes, and the men are martial men. That is the one who had having to do with very wonderful for warriors. And the women are beautiful, and there are a lot of wild creatures there. So the rain in the monsoon is so heavy that nobody can go and be there. The season of joy commences from September and continues till March. The weather is perfect with some showers thrown in for good measure. The air breathes of invigorating coffee. Even you breathe it, you will feel the smell of coffee. Coffee estates and colonial bungalows stands tucked under the tree canopies in prime corners. Canopies means roof-like cover that form shelter. Okay, some the place will be like they make some provision for the um, shelter. Is called canopies. 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 Roof-like coverings that form shelters. Canopies, roof-like shelter that forms roof-like coverings that forms shelter. So when is it right to go? Between September to March. It's the perfect time to be there. And with some showers thrown in is a good measure. Then and there showers will be there, but it will be very good. Yes. Then the air breathes everywhere. You could feel the smell of the coffee. Coffee estates and colonial bungalows stand tucked under tree canopies in the prime corners. Okay. The fiercely independent people of Coorg are possibly of Greek or Arabic descent. As one story goes, a part of Alexander's army moved south along the coast and settled here when return became impractical. These people married amongst the locals, and their culture is apparent in the martial traditions, marriage, and religious rites, which are distinct from the Hindu mainstream. Okay, so the usually how do they the people along about them who settled there? They are Greek and Arabic descent. So the basically who are they? Greeks and Arabic descent. As one story goes, a part of Alexander's army moved south. Okay, what happened? The cut of Alexander's army moved towards the south. Then what happened? Along the coast. And they were settling here. When return became impractical, they could not come back from that place to back to Babylon. Okay, so they settled there itself. Where? In Kurg. Whose army? Alexander's and the Greeks. Got it? These people married amongst the locals. So what did happen? They married their local people. And what happened? Their culture is apparent in the martial tradition. So the cultures got interchanged, which are distinct from Hindu. They are different from that of the Hindu mainstream. The theory of Arab origin. So Arabs, how did it come? The theory of the Arab origins draws support from the long black coat. What do they wear? The long black coat, embroidered waist worn by the Kodavas. So you can see they will wear a waist belt. There will be a belt worn on the center, and there will be a long cloth, and in between there is a waist belt known as the kapta. What is it? Sorry, kapia. Kapia. It resembles the kafia worn by the Arabs and the Kurds. So the kafias usually worn by the Arab. The dress is similar to that. So you have the Arab, and another one is the Greeks. Okay, Greeks, how? Alexander's army came. They are the Greeks. And they moved towards the south and they settled there. And because of some climatic condition, they were not able to proceed back to their place. So they permanently settled in that. The army settled there itself. They married the people of that place, and naturally they are all great warriors. So their culture became distinct from the Hindu culture. The next one is that Arab culture. Arab culture, how? They wore the long cloth. Okay, the long waist, the long cloth, and there is a waist belt. Okay, waist belt worn by the Kodavas. That is known as kupia. In Arab, it resembles the kufia worn by the Arabs and the Kurds. Yes. Yes. Kurgi homes have tradition of hospitality, and they are more related and they are more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor related to their sons and related to the sons and fathers. The Coorg Regiment is one of the most decorated in the Indian Army, and the first chief of the Indian Army, General Karyappa, was a Coorgi. Even now, Kodavas are the only people in India permitted to carry firearms without license. Okay, so the river Kaveri obtains its water from the hills and forests of Coorg. Mahasir, a large fish, freshwater fish, abounds in these waters. Kingfisher dive for their catch, while squirrels and langurs draw partially eaten fruit for the mischief of enjoying the splash and the ripple effect in the clear water. Elephants enjoy being bathed and scrubbed in the river by the mahots. The most laid back individuals become converts to the life of high energy adventure with river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing, and mountain climbing. Okay, now we have to understand that what about the culture of tradition of hospitality? Kurgi homes have a tradition of hospitality. Okay, and they are more than willing to recount numerous tales, their sons and fathers that of valor, their warrior way of life, their strength. Okay, the number of awards of bravery which they have won, they are more. Okay, the victory won by the through bravery is more. Okay, what happened in the Coorg regiment? In fact, we have something called Coorg regiment. It is the most decorated in the Indian army. Okay, so Coorg regiment, one of the most decorated in the Indian army. And the first chief of the Indian army, that is General Garyappa, was a Coorgi. Okay. Even now, what is that? Usually we have, when we are taking firearms, we need to take the permission of the government. Local, we have to get the license, and only then we can have it. But in this situation, they are the only one who can carry the firearm without license. Okay, they can carry it. Yes. Okay. Coorgi homes have tradition of hospitality, and they are more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor related to their sons and fathers. The Coorg regiment is one of the most decorated in the Indian army, and the first chief of the Indian army, General Garyappa, was a Coorgi. Even now, Kodavas are the only one who are permitted to carry firearms without a license. Okay. See here, children, below the picture of the baskets. These are all these bamboo thing made, baskets made from the, and it's very famous in Coorg. They make these baskets, basket sellers. Okay. Now let's go to the water sources. Now side meanings, most, what are the words? Tales of valor, that is stories of courage and bravery, usually connected with war. Tales of valor, stories of courage and bravery that are usually connected with war issues. Most decorated. What is decorated itself means something which is show, which is very showy. Having received the maximum number of awards for bravery in the war. Receiving a decorated means having received many awards. Having received many awards connected with bravery. Okay. Laid back. What is the meaning of laid back? Relaxed. What is the meaning of laid back? Relaxed, not in a hurry. Okay. Yes. Rafting. Traveling in a river in a raft. Okay, rafting is traveling in a river in a raft. A floating platform made by the tying planks together. Made by tying planks together. A floating platform. Okay, that is rafting. What is canoeing? Canoeing is River with a canoe. What is a canoe? It's a large, narrow boat. A boat will be of little broader in the middle, tapering in the end. But here it will be a narrow boat. That is called canoe. What is it called? Canoe. C-A-N-O-E. Rappelling means what? Going down the cliff. Rappel means going down the cliff by sliding down a rope. Going down the cliff by sliding down the rope. The river Kaveri obtains its water from the hills of forests of Coorg. The river Kaveri obtains its water from the hills and forests of Coorg. Mahasir, a large freshwater fish. What is it? A large freshwater fish abounds in these waters. It lives in these waters. Kingfisher dive for their catch, while squirrels and langurs drop partially. These are the animals that are found very commonly. Okay. Squirrels, langurs, partially eaten fruit for the mischief of enjoying the splash of and the ripple effect of clear water. Okay. Elephants enjoy being bathed and scrubbed in the river by their mahouts. So one of the most important thing which you can see is the elephants. The most laid back individuals become converts of life of high energy adventure like rafting, river rafting, canoeing, rappelling. These are all the high energy adventures. High energy adventures mentioned in the lesson was rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing and mountain climbing. Okay. Trails means what? Paths created for walking. Numerous walking trails in this region are a favorable or a favorite with trekker. Are favorite with trekkers. Numerous walking trails in this region are a favorite with trekker. Okay. Now, we saw the animals, we saw the live sports that are available. Now, let's see about some of the birds and other things. Birds, bees, and butterflies are there to give you company. Macaws, Malabar squirrel, langur, and slender loris keep a watchful eye on from the tree canopy. I do, however, prefer to step aside for wild elephants. So everything is there on the canopy top. What is the canopy? The shelter that is there, is it not? On the shelters, who are all there? Macaques, Malabar squirrel, langurs, slender loris, and they are all having a watchful eye on the tree canopies. Okay, shelter. But you have to be very careful. Who will come? The wild elephants, which are very common. Okay. So we have come to this much in Coorg. We'll continue with the Coorg. Same Coorg in the next class. Please read and come whatever the entire topic, loud reading, and come to the next class.